Karens, the most annoying people to ever encounter in real life, as they're always going to make a chance to annoy the living hell out of you for ultimately no good reason. Whether it be trying to find your manager or trying to find where you live, it's one of the most random things you can ever expect. Here on Completely Stupid, we watch stupid people do stupid things. Let's get into the clips. Here we got a Karen who's just been an overall annoyance towards the worker here for what seemingly has very minimal reason towards it. Here's the clip.
You can't. You bust in the room. You didn't knock.
Okay, at this time,
You did not.
Please come to report. It's against the law to report.
It's not against the law.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
It's evidence. That's what it's called.
Exactly.
Because I'm asking you to.
No, you're very rude. You're very rude. But I still want your manager.
Okay, you can call tomorrow and they'll talk to you.
Nope. I'm pretty sure y'all have a cell phone. His cell phone number.
Just on the phone.
I want corporate.
I can't give you his
So
number.
you afraid?
Call the number.
You afraid of us to talk to your
Yeah,
mom?
that's what it
Do you
is.
want your refund? Because he told me to give it to you.
We want the refund.
Then I'm giving it to you. Then you can leave.
But I still want to speak with your supervisor.
You can call them tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay, then you won't be able to come back on property after.
I don't want to stay in here, honey.
Can you just stop?
No.
I'm gonna give you your refund back.
Nope.
You're gonna be escorted off and trespassed off the property.
I'm not going to be anything. I'm not going to be anything. No, I won't.
That's a problem. We ain't gotta stay.
No, I don't care about staying here.
What I'm saying,
We haven't
gotta
even been
no
here
longer
10
talk to
minutes.
these people. Shoot, they terrible. They terrible. My God.
Here is your where nothing's been charged to your card.
The proper thing to do was to put it back in my hand like I put it in
I
yours.
handed it.
I'm sorry, but managers have days off too, you know. Unfortunately, it becomes one of those things where if the manager's not available right now because they're not at work, because they're on their days off, then the manager's not available. Usually there would be some form of assistant manager or secondary manager, but then again, that might also depend on what time of day you've gotten in there on. If you're at the end of a shift, like you're at like 6, 7 in the evening, most of the time the manager's already gone home for the night and you're going to have to wait till the next day to talk to them. And no, the customers are never going to give you the manager's personal phone number because that's stupid. You just got to come in the next day and hope the manager's there. If not, then toughen up. It's just how it is. So the delivery driver here is unable to go upstairs due to guidelines that he has to follow because this clip came from in the middle of the COVID shenanigans. But this Karen here refuses to go downstairs and pick up her food because A, other delivery drivers have brought it up to her instead, as well as it's too cold. That's her reasons. Here's the clip.
Hello.
Can you come and collect your food?
Yeah, but can you come and bring it up?
No, I can't. Can you come and collect it, please?
No, I need you to bring it up, please, because it's cold.
COVID guidelines. I can't come. COVID guidelines.
Yeah, but I'm cold though. Everyone's been putting it up there. I'm cold. Everyone's been putting my food upstairs.
I don't care. I'm not everyone. I'm Deliveroo.
Yeah, but some Deliveroo as well, darling. You're no different.
Can you see the badge? Can you see the badge? I'm professional.
You're no different, darling. I need my food upstairs, please.
Come on, get it. I'm not going up there. You think I'm walking on the stairs?
No, because I need my food upstairs. I ordered it. I'm not going up. I'm not going downstairs, darling. No, I'm not going downstairs. No, but bring my food up. What's wrong with you, man?
Come on, collect it. You've got your doner kebab and your nuggets. Please come and collect.
Yeah, but I told you that I'm cold. You are the delivery driver.
Can you just come and collect the food?
You are the delivery driver.
Just come and collect your food. I'm not coming there.
You are the delivery driver. Are you stupid?
Are you talking?
Yeah, go on. Go on, I'm recording. Go on, try eat my food. Go on.
Record it.
Big man from Deliveroo. Yeah, go on, eat my food then. Stupid man. Yeah, go on.
Your nugget.
Yeah, eat that. Yeah, I'm gonna zoom in on your face. Yeah. Wow. You mother. I hope you get fired. Oh yeah?
Yeah, very silly.
Wow.
So you can make me come upstairs. Are you normal? Are you a fool?
You're a fool. You dirty mother. Get out of here.
Come upstairs. I thought you come downstairs.
I will come downstairs and beat your ass up.
You're talking too much.
I will come get you in a minute and beat you up for doing that.
Come.
Idiot.
You ain't got to fist me.
Who are you anyway? Who do you think you are?
Look at the badge. I'm professional.
It's your job. It's your job to bring food. That's what you do, innit? No, you're not. You can't even do your job right.
What did you think?
Throw my food and that. You're
Professional.
stupid,
I'm
guy.
professional. I ate your food. What are you gonna do? Nothing.
You're an idiot, man. Keep going, man. Keep doing your deliveries, you woo.
Stop giving me nonsense. I don't want to hear you.
Yeah?
I don't wanna be hearing it.
Get out of here, man. Get out of here with your foolishness. Go.
You're very silly.
I don't care. You're losing your job today. You know what I
Can you
mean?
believe this woman? I thought I'd come collect the food. She doesn't want to come. Yeah, tired for. Can you see? I'm not coming there. You have to come here. You are tired for. Can you tell her? She's talking too much. She's just telling me come upstairs. I don't know. I don't know. Can
Do
tell
your
her?
job, man.
She thinks I'm gonna go up there. She is very silly. She's very
Do
silly.
your job.
You are
It's
silly.
your job.
You are silly.
You got one job. One job, mate.
Can you imagine? She wants me to go upstairs. TF4. Can you imagine? Boris said, can you imagine? Just tell her. She's very silly. Very silly. Very silly woman.
Bye.
Very silly woman.
You know, if I was the driver, I would have just simply picked up the food out of the bag, put it down at the door downstairs, and walked away. Technically, you've completed your job, because I do distinctly remember that from like 2020, even in 2021 for a fair bit, it was still common policy to leave it at a door, to not directly hand it to you because COVID stuff, you know? And I would understand that in any form of apartment complex, it's like, hey, we got your food, you're gonna need to come downstairs because I can't go up at all, so you're gonna need to come down and collect it, yada yada yada. And yeah, this guy told him the guidelines, and that's how it is. And this Karen won't go downstairs, not because she has any disabilities or anything that actually is legitimate for why she shouldn't go downstairs. No, it's because she's cold. That's all it is. She's cold. Karen's cold. It's too cold to go downstairs for her. She doesn't want her food. She wants her food to be brought up to her because she's a lazy, entitled Karen. And that's just how it is. Like, I don't think it was the brightest move for the guy to take the food, start eating it, and then start throwing it at her. That probably wasn't the smartest move. I personally, as I said before, would have just pulled it out of the bag, dropped it at the door, and left. Moved on with my day and kept doing my job. I don't think the guy would have lost his job for this. I mean, considering they work for Deliveroo, I'm pretty sure they're more self-employed than anything. It's, yeah, very wacky things from this Karen here, though. She's so lazy. Here we got the manager of a Target store deciding to kick this person out because they have what they claim to be a service dog, because they don't want to give any form of identifications or anything to actually recognize that it is a service dog, even though that's not required by law.
Guys, I'm really sorry, but I can't have a dog in here.
It's a service
It's against,
dog.
I would need to see a documentation. I will then, absolutely.
It's a service dog, and it's against state law and federal
Yes,
law.
you do need to have documentation.
No, you
on
don't,
it.
sir.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and.
If you look up the
It's
Colorado
against a
state
health
law,
code violation to have a dog in
if you look up the
a food
Colorado
establishment.
state law,
GM?
I am. So.
James, stop. If you look up the
I don't see.
Colorado,
It's also required that they wear
It's not
the.
required, sir.
outfit, yeah. So,
it's not required. It's
all right. Well,
if you
asking
go on your
guys to
phone
leave, so-
and you look up the Americans with Disabilities Act,
Okay. Well, this is private property, and I am asking you guys to.
it's
leave.
actually a
Okay,
public establishment,
No, it
and
is-
you're open to the
It's
public.
privately owned, and I am asking you guys to leave.
Because
so-
I don't have a
All right.
vest on my
Thank you,
service
guys.
dog?
Thank you. I'm asking you to leave.
Because I don't have a vest on my
I'm not
service
gonna-
dog.
yeah,
It's a
you
service
have no
dog.
documentation whatsoever.
You don't have to have.
It is a big deal. You can't have a dog.
This is one of those moments that, as an outsider looking into all these laws to do with service animals, I'm not only slightly confused by some of the decisions here, I can also understand why some of these decisions are made. So, according to the Americans with Disabilities Act laws, there's a bunch of different laws here, but basically the layman terms of it all, service dogs are not required to wear any form of identification whatsoever. They don't need to wear a vest, they don't need to have any form of marking to show that they're a service dog. Also, you are not required to have any of the documentation for it because by law, stores and places like that cannot ask you if that is a service dog. They can't ask you for any form of documentation to prove that's a service dog. They can't ask you if you've got any disabilities or what disabilities you have. They can't ask you anything in resemblance to prove that that's an actual service dog, which makes makes sense to a degree because it means that you can't just look at someone with a service dog, know they've got a disability, and abuse them for having that. But also at the same time, it's a system that is very easily abused depending on how things can get enforced, because the list of breeds that can be a service dog is up there on the internet for everyone to look at. So if you have a dog of that breed, you can take it around everywhere, say it's a service dog, and that you don't have to prove that it is to anyone, unless potentially if some police officer along the lines decides to ask. But no store managers, no store in any way, shape, or form can ask you if it can ask for identification of that being a service dog, and legally they can't kick you out specifically for having a service dog. It's a very weird web of laws that, on one hand, I can completely understand of it because, you know, it makes it so that it's very difficult to target someone with disabilities because there's no way to identify if they've got one or not. But at the same time, I think it can be very easily abused. Here we got a guy in an establishment who's just pretty much telling the worker here that he doesn't agree with the policy because it affects the local people in a weird way. Anyway, mid-conversation, the worker decided to be the brightest idea to point out to whoever she's on the phone to that the person who is confronting her currently is a black man.
And I agreed to pay the people what they asked for.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. Not only that, I give you my card. I said, hey, here's the card right here. You know, go ahead and then take it. Why are you asking me to leave?
Because you've already said you're not happy. You do not want to stay here.
I didn't say that. I've already said, no, let me tell you right now. I said, screw the policy. I said, f the policy. Yes, I did. I'm not happy with the policy. It's a bad policy for local people. I'm not belligerent. I said, take my money.
You were. You kind of were.
No, I wasn't. Explain kind of. Let me explain kind of word. Can you explain kind of word?
He doesn't like the policies. I'm asking him.
He doesn't like the policies. And you're asking the person to leave after I've already paid my money. So go right ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've asked him to leave the premises. He's a black man.
Why I gotta be black? Oh Lord, I can't wait for this. Oh Lord, I was already bad as is. He's a black male? Oh my God. Of all the things right now, not because of me, I'm not disrespecting you. I didn't disrespect you as a person. I said I don't agree with the policy. And if I don't agree with the policy, it's okay to say I don't agree with the policy. So you know what? God bless you. God bless this establishment. Because he's a black male. Oh my God, thank you.
This is how I feel about just watching that clip. Of all the things you need to say about the situation that you're currently in, you had to specify that he was a black man. The hell? What does that matter? Oh no. Oh man. Oh, it's a black man? We're gonna get there 10 times sooner. Oh, like, what was the point? Like, there's no need to point that out. Like, oh no, he's a black man. Instead of being like, what would you point out if he's a white man, or if he was an Asian man, or if he was like what, an Indian man, or like various other different races? Like, the hell, like, that's stupid. That's information that's stupid. Like, that's such a weird comment to, oh god. Oh, maybe you're identifying who the person is to the police that you're trying to call, or whatever the reason is. It's just such a weird comment to say out of the blue when you're not really talking to the customer. But then you have to say it loud enough to pointing out that they're a black guy, as well as saying it loud enough that they can hear it, is just really, really stupid. So Uda Karen decided to pull these people over because apparently they were speeding. They claimed that they were doing only 20 in a 25 zone, but the Karen's still losing her nuts about it anyway. Here's what happens.
What are you doing back here?
Nothing.
What are you doing back here?
We were sitting back there.
I'm sorry, what?
We were sitting back there.
Why are you back here? Do you
We're
live
not
back
doing
here?
anything.
I'm sorry, what?
We're not doing anything.
There's children
This is the
back
first
here.
time I came back here.
What's the speed limit?
25. I'm not driving.
You're
We're going
20. Faster than 25. You f***ing kill my kids? I swear to God.
What the
eat your
Who the f*** is gonna kill your kids?
You, because you're a f***ing piece of shit that doesn't know how to drive.
I'm not driving. I'm f***ing sitting
I
here.
swear
What
to
the hell?
God,
I'm not even doing nothing.
Don't you
I'm
ever
sitting
come
right
back in
here.
this neighborhood
No one's doing anything.
Get out of the car. What the
Why?
fuck are you?
Why are you yelling at me?
Because you're a piece of shit. That's not how to do
Fucking go, nigga. What are we doing?
Exactly.
Was that like okay, so if anyone driving through a neighborhood you believe is speeding, like I get it. It's not fun to see people speed through a neighborhood, especially when your kids are continuously playing in the street. But if they tell you that they weren't speeding, that's the point where you apologize and move on with your day rather than continue to go off at them when they told you that, hey, speed limit here is 25, I was going 20. Like, sometimes when you see a car driving, you're going to perceive their speed going faster than what they actually are. It's a really interesting thing there, you know? It's like you're going to believe that someone's going X amount of speed, but in reality, they're probably going a bit slower than that. Maybe they're going faster than that. Maybe what you perceive isn't exactly reality because, well, you know, that's how like, a car going any faster than the average running speed is going to look fast when it goes past you. It's going to look various different amounts of fast depending on how fast it's going, but it's still going to look fast regardless of anything, so you can still assume they're speeding even when they're not. In this first clip, we've got a Karen high out of her mind and was needing a ride. That rhymed.
Crackhead Karen gone wild. Part 2.
Excuse me, sir. Oh, please. Can you please help me? Oh, please help me. Please help me. Please give me a ride. Oh.
Ma'am, I'm not giving out rides today. I'm sorry.
Oh, man.
I'm sorry, babe.
Please.
I'm sorry, babe.
Man, fuck you.
Man, that bitch just spit on my car.
Fuck you.
Fuck me?
Cause I wouldn't give her a ride.
That bitch crazy. That bitch just spit on my car because I wouldn't give her a ride. Wow. Wow, that bitch crazy.
It's always interesting watching people who are high out of their mind just exist in the world, because 9 times out of 10 they're doing something completely stupid and makes no sense whatsoever. In this next clip, we have a Karen who believes she's superior to the truck in front of her.
You have to move your truck. Move your damn truck right now. Move your damn truck. Move your freaking truck right now. Or you have to move. I have to pick up my daughter from school right now. Okay, so you have to go around again and come up the street.
Now, I know what a few of you may be thinking, why didn't the truck just do another loop around and let this person go? Well, there's a possibility that the truck may have already done a loop beforehand. And from what's visible, at least in my personal opinion, it looks like half the road's been covered in a construction site that's currently happening, making the road a little bit more thinner than what it probably would be normally. Unfortunately, this is just what's gonna occur when you're driving behind a truck inside of a city. They will have to pull off to perform their delivery at some point, and they may unfortunately inconvenience you. In this next clip, we have a Kevin just being a continuous annoyance to his neighbor.
What you're doing, you're sneaking up the wood over here, you're cutting it up and then
No,
you're
no.
loading up in a car?
I can do whatever I want. I'm allowed to cut wood.
No, you're not.
You sure?
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. I already talked to the village. You can call Patrick. You can call anybody you want, but I'm allowed to cut wood. I have a big giant truckload coming in a half hour. I'm going to fill up the whole fucking yard. Wood. That's all.
Man, this guy's one funny guy. I honestly want to see half the interactions he's had with this guy over the past 10 years, because clearly, if this one's kind of funny as it is, there's obviously been a few more interactions like this over the past 10 years. In this next clip, we've got an anti-mask Karen trying to get into a store that she's been refused access to because she's not wearing a mask.
There is no one in the store.
There's me in the store.
There's you. So you stand 7,000 feet away from me.
Ma'am, I'm just trying to do my job.
And I'm trying to make sure that I have rights. So you're going to hear that they're actually going, you'll make sure to hear that in the end, you're the one who will be cited, not me.
Okay, fine.
So, yep, I'll just stand right here because I'm here. I've driven 20 minutes out. I'll drive 20 minutes back just for my babies who are hungry. Yeah, as per the 1964 Civil Rights Act, I cannot be discriminated against. I do have a right to be able to breathe O2, not CO2, and I am being discriminated against right now at a store. So,
Are you calling to report something then?
yes, that I am not being allowed into the store because I'm being discriminated against.
Because you would not like to wear a mask.
Discriminated against. And what store are you at?
It's called Bones and Scones, and I'm being discriminated against because I'm being told I need to wear a mask.
Ah, why the clip in there? What is this? I kind of wanted to see this interaction through. I cannot believe that she immediately went for the discrimination stuff because she wasn't allowed to go in because of not having a mask. I'm sorry, but because they're a private business, they also have the right to refuse people from coming in. Again, though, if it was due to discrimination, they could get in trouble for that, but because it's you're not wearing a mask, that's not discrimination now, is it, sweetheart? In this next clip, we've got a Karen being just an overall nuisance to retail workers.
I am. So get back from me. I'm not in your office. Don't underestimate me. Can I get tags made for my dog, please? Stay away from me? I'm gonna stay. Thank you. Do you see this? Do you see this? Do you see it? I'm just trying to get.
Put a mask on.
Put a mask on.
Put a mask on.
I have asthma.
There's a pandemic.
I have asthma.
Put a mask on. Or get out of the store. That's their
Oh my God,
rules.
I'm getting kicked out?
Yeah.
This is all recorded.
Great.
I'm getting kicked out.
If this Karen is truthful in what she's saying and she does has asthma, then there's obvious that's fair to not have a mask. Depending on the severity of asthma, having a mask is genuinely not a good idea in a lot of cases. The more problematic side of this though is the fact that she was pushing her way into the office of the employees, which you're not allowed to go in there unless you're an employee. In this next clip, we've got a Karen who freaks out whilst in the courtroom.
I feel so attacked right now. I don't know what to do. Somebody please send help. I'm just so attacked. Help! The gavel! He's beating me!
Somebody get this ham sandwich out of my court.
Yeah, that clip's just... This next clip is kind of interesting because I personally feel like that prior to recording this, the person currently recording this antagonized the worker with some form of something that pissed the worker off.
Yep. Thank you.
Yep.
Good.
Good.
Oh.
Stop recording me, bitch. Now get the fuck out my drive-thru.
Wow.
Yeah, record that, bitch. Record that, bitch.
I am.
What the fuck is wrong with you, bitch? Get the fuck out my drive-thru, bitch. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Okay.
But I got me heated, bitch. I can record me with that.
Yeah, you can.
That's all I
You can record.
So I guess the more interesting thing is here is what's your personal opinion on this one? I personally see it as they're both in the wrong. I understand that for the worker's sake, she probably did get antagonized to become this pissed off, but as a retail worker, it's kind of one of those things that you've got to learn to keep your cool on. And trust me, I understand it. I'm a retail worker myself. I deal with a lot of dumb people. You just got to learn how to just keep yourself in control and not go off like that. In this next clip, we seem to have a pair of Karens having an absolute barking match.
Bitch, I'm black. What the fuck it gotta do with fucking native? People take my fuck the fuck back. Get the fuck back. Fuck your goddamn dead ass fucking dog. Bitch, fuck you. Listen, that's why your stupid ass
Oh.
You don't got no tag on your car! You don't got no fucking tag on your car! That don't got nothing to do with me! You got me to
First off, did one of them just pull out a flipping taser in the middle of all that and they still continue going on? And secondly, there's clearly someone more in the wrong than the other, but considering the lack of context, I'm just going to call both of them Karens because they're just going off at each other for some reason. In this next clip, we got a follow-up from an earlier clip.
Let the officer know that I'm leaving and that...
You don't want us to come out then?
I don't want you to come out because all I really want is for you to support me, for me to be able to purchase a few items.
Okay, but I don't have control over them not letting you in at this point from the phone. And I am not able to tell them they can't close. So
Oh, are you going live too? Huh?
I'm just recording.
You're recording me? That's fine. You are welcome to do your research to find that in the end. I'm
Ma'am,
actually right.
I don't
I'm right.
care.
No, that's fine, because I am here to be purchasing items. I'm not here to be speaking with an officer who knows that in the end, I'm the one who has the rights.
Ma'am, you hear
you're
them.
welcome to.
You hear me. I'm just doing my job. Can you step outside?
Yeah, And could you make sure that this gentleman gives me his name as well, ma'am, just through the phone? Can you at least help me to get his name? If I could have your name too, because
My name's Aiden.
You oughta love the smug smile on her face, my god. In this next clip, we got a Kevin and a Karen seemingly losing their mind.
You think you can take this property and do what you want with it? I'll take your property and do what I want with it.
You won't, that's not
You can't touch a minor.
Yeah.
Are the rules
I'll
fucking with
fucking
your
press
head,
charges,
bro?
dude.
Oh, you're fucking such a bunch of pussies.
Bro,
what a generation of pussies.
Are the steroids
You're
fucking
a
with your
fucking
brain?
bunch of pussies. Give me your skateboard. Give me your skateboard. I want to do whatever I want with it because I can just do what I want with other people's property.
This is not the same thing.
It is the same thing. It is. This is why you're fucking the dumbest generation of fucking morons I've ever fucking skateboard. Ride your skateboard. Ooh, ooh.
What are you gonna do, bro?
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, huh?
He just kissed me, bro.
What are you gonna do? Are you touching me over there?
Yeah.
Oh, he's.
I'm serious. Go. What are you gonna do?
You go.
Don't fucking touch me.
Go.
Don't
You
touch
go
me.
now.
No.
Yes. This
My
is
mom's right
not
there.
fair.
This entire interaction's just hilarious. But as always, I'm kind of curious on what actually happened beforehand to start all this shenanigans, but either way,